Hello viewers, welcome to Trinity Software. In Python, there is a feature that allows a user-defined function to receive any number of arguments, that is variable length arguments. These type of user-defined functions with variable number of arguments are also called as flexible functions. These variable length arguments or arbitrary arguments can be classified into two types, args and quarks. Arg stands for arguments and quark stands for keyword arguments. Star args can be used to send a non-keyword variable length argument list to a function. Python takes any number of arguments in the user-defined function and converts the user input to a tuple named args. And this term star args means that 0 or more arguments can be passed to the function. And in case of quarks, the variable number of keyword or named arguments are passed to the function. Double star quarks means that 0 or more keyword arguments are stored in a dict data type. Let's see example for each and every type. The first type is star args. So let me write a simple function to demonstrate star args. I'll write a greet function which will greet the names entered in the argument. So I am passing star args, and args is actually used by convention and it is not a keyword. You can use any name. The mandatory thing is you have to use this star symbol. I'll have a print statement of wishing hello to all the names entered in the argument. So I will use a for loop for I in args. I have a print statement hello comma I. Now I can call this function greet of. I can pass one argument first, execute. So when one argument is passed, I get the message hello everybody. When more than one argument is passed, so we have got the greeting message for each and every argument passed. Hello everybody, hello teacher, hello student. If I call the function greet without passing any argument, actually for any other formal argument, it will return an error. Whereas if you are using star args, it means that you can have 0 or more arguments. So this is not going to return any error. So we didn't get any hello message. Process is finished with exit code 0, meaning there is no error. We'll take one more example. I'll have an add function star args. And this is going to just add all the arguments passed to the function add. Okay, so we have a built-in function called sum which will add all the elements of a list. So I'm going to make use of this sum built-in function now. So it's print sum of args. Okay, so let me call this function by passing any number of arguments. This is going to return the sum of all these 7 elements. So we got the sum of all these 7 elements. You can pass any number of arguments. So in this case also you can just call the function without passing any argument. So by default, if the list is empty, sum of arguments is just going to return 0. So that will be the output in this case. So we got 0 as the output. And next you can also use args in loop. So I will take a different function to find out the odd numbers from the given list of arguments. I'll just use an odd function and I'll pass the arguments. I'll just use a in this case. Since args is used by convention, you can use any other name. Okay, fine. Now I'm just going to print the list of odd numbers from the given list. So I just have list of odd numbers. Okay, and using the for loop for I in aux. So in this case for I in A, check the condition. If I mod 2 not equal to 0, in that case this is going to be an odd number, right? So I will just have a print statement I and end equal to, I will leave some space so that all the odd numbers are printed in the same line with the space in between. Okay, now let me call this function odd of by passing arguments. So the list of odd numbers. So we have 1, 75, 37, then 97 and 45, all the list of odd numbers. There is one more possibility here. I can just pick out these odd numbers and place it in a separate list. For example, I can declare an empty list O, and after finding the odd numbers, we can append this to the list O dot append of I, and I can have a print statement printing the elements of O. This is going to give the list of odd elements from the elements passed to the odd function. So list of odd numbers are given as a list itself. And we can also calculate the number of passed arguments to the particular function. So I will use a test function to find out the number of arguments. There are two possibilities. Either any number of arguments can be passed or no argument is passed. So if no argument is passed, I can just use if not aux. I'll have a print statement stating that no argument is passed. Else part, it means that argument is passed. So I can have a print statement. We are just going to make use of len function here. So you have passed len of aux, arguments. So I can call this function now. 1, 2, hello, 4.5. So you can pass any data type. So when you run this, you have 4 arguments. You have passed 4 arguments. So instead, if I don't pass anything, you will just get the message that no argument is passed. Okay, and we can also extract the arguments based on the index position. I'll just modify this text function with for I in range using this len function. For I in range len of aux, I have a print statement aux of I, comma, is in position. I am just retrieving their position I. Aux of I is in position I. And call this function 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this corresponding position will be displayed now. So you can see here 1 is in position 0, 2 is in position 1, 3 in 2, 4 in 3, 5 in 4. So this is the position of each and every argument. Next we have double star coax. Double star coax creates dictionary. With double star coax, we can name our arguments, which is not possible in star aux. And strings of each keyword are the keys of the dictionary, and the values assigned after equal symbol are the values of the dictionary. So this keyword arguments are also called as named arguments. We will see example for keyword arguments right now. So I will take a simple example. I'll use this test function itself, double star coax, and for double star coax also this name is used by convention. You can use any name here. Double star is mandatory. Okay, I will just print this dictionary coax, keys and values. Print coax and their keys coax dot keys, print coax dot values of test function by passing this keyword arguments. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C equal to 30. Okay, let's check this now. So for the first print statement coax, the dictionary is printed as such, key colon value. And for the second print statement, just the keys are alone printed, dict keys A, B, C, and dict values are alone printed. Take one more example for representing coax. You will just print keys and values. So you have for I, j in coax dot items. Okay, by using formatting, I'm just going to print keys and values in this form. Keys and values dot format of I, j, and I'll use end equal to print in the same line. Okay, now I will use the dictionary A colon 1, alpha, B colon 2, and C colon 3. Okay, we have got 3 key value pairs in alpha. Now I am just going to call this function by passing this dictionary as such, double star alpha, and I can also pass the keyword arguments D is equal to 4, E is equal to 5. So we are actually passing this dictionary as well as the keyword arguments. Now let's run this. So we got all the keyword arguments. From the dictionary we have 3 key value pairs. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C equal to 3, and D is equal to 4, equal to 5 is passed directly to the test function. Okay, what is the use of the star and double star? Star is used to unpack a list or tuple. Double star unpacks the dictionary. Packing means we put values into a new tuple, and in unpacking we extract those values into a single variable. We are using this star to unpack the list so that all elements of the list are passed as different parameters or arguments to the function. We will see an example for this. We will take this odd function which we have written already. I am just going to use the list here. Instead of passing the arguments directly to the function, we will pass a list here. I am converting it as a list. Okay, list, and I will pass this to the odd function using this star and LT. So this means that we are unpacking the list. On executing this, we will get the same output. From the list, we are just finding out the list of odd numbers. What happens in case if we don't give this star? If you are trying to pass the list directly to the odd function, then you will get an error. All the arguments in the list are not passed in that case. So it gives the type error, unsupported operand type. Okay, so star is must. Double star unpacks the dictionary and pass the items in the dictionary as keyword arguments or named arguments to the function. You will see an example in the previous function. This actually means it is going to unpack the dictionary, right? So we will take some other example here. For key in coax. Okay, I am just going to print key as well as the corresponding value. Key comma coax of key. Will print key and value. I am just going to use the dictionary here. Named fruits, have apple colon 10, banana colon 20, cherry colon 30. Okay, now you can just pass it to the function as such using double star fruits. On executing this, we have printed key and value, corresponding value. So key is apple, value is 10, banana 20, cherry 30. Right? So this test of fruits is actually equivalent to writing or calling the function by passing it directly with a string equal to value. Banana is equal to 20, cherry equal to 30. So calling this function text using this double star fruits and passing the named arguments, both are going to return the same result. I will just check it here. So we got the same output twice. And about the order of the function arguments, the order of the arguments passed to the function should be formal arguments first, then star args, and finally double star quarks. Okay, we'll see an example for this order of arguments. We have a function, I have a formal argument, star arg, I will use some other name, and star keyword arguments. I am going to make use of this built-in function sum. Return, first I am adding formal argument plus sum of a argument plus sum of keyword argument dot values. Since I have returned the sum, I'll use print function and call this function fun. I can pass the arguments now. For the formal argument, let us assume I am passing 100, and next one is star a. I can just pass 20, 30, 40, some 3 arguments for star a, and for keyword arguments it's going to be a named argument. A is equal to 50, B is equal to 60. Okay. Yeah, I missed this double star here. For keyword arguments, double star is mandatory. Now it has written the sum. Formal argument 100 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50 plus 60. Summing up all together, we get 300. What if I pass just 2 arguments? In that case, the first argument is considered as formal argument and second argument is star arguments. And keyword argument is not mandatory. You can pass any number of arguments. So on running this, we get 120. You can also call this function just by passing 100 alone. We'll just get 100 as the output. Whereas if you call this function without passing any argument, in this case you will get an error because passing the formal argument is mandatory. It is required. So you will get an error at this case. So function missing one required positional argument, that is formal argument. And if order of the argument is changed, in that case also you will get an error. For example, I have a formal argument first, maybe 10. And if I pass the keyword argument, a is equal to 9, and then if I pass some argument, it can be a or something, you will get an error. So you see what error we are getting right now. So this positional argument follows keyword argument. This is the keyword argument and this is a position argument. This is not possible. Keyword argument must always be at the end. And applications of the star args and double star quarks. These two are used in Django framework, that is in web development framework, to send variable length arguments to view functions. And it is also used in wrapper functions where variable length arguments are passed. Apart from this, wherever we need variable length arguments to be passed to the function, you can make use of star args and double star quarks. That's it about variable length arguments. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe for more videos on programming concepts.